Welcome back to Base Camp, WNC. Well, we still out here on this project. This week we're going to be starting on the pump house. And as usual, I've started. I've already drilled the first hole. We're going to lay out a 3, 4, 5 right triangle and put a post in and start from there. We'll take you along for this build, but this is going to be this week trying to get this. We found a 1,500 gallon tank at a good price. Somebody ordered it at the store and never picked it up, so hopefully they'll cut us a good deal. So we're going to, instead of a 1,100 gallon tank, we're going to put a 1,500 gallon tank for less money in it. So we're going to take you along for the build and show you what we're doing. Okay, get you caught up. I drilled a hole. That's the first post. And we ran a brace this way and that way, staked them out. And it's plumb vertical this way on both sides. Now we're going to make this building 9'6" to the post plus. So we took a tape measure from the outside corner of this post, went down 9'6", and we set that post. And we've got it braced plumb this way, and of course it's being held plumb by the screws on that right now. But what we're going to do now to set the third post and the fourth post to get them all squared up, we're going to use what they call a 3, 4, 5 right triangle, which means we come down here 3 feet, come down there 4 feet, and the measure between the two is 5 feet. Any dimension thereof, 6, 8, 10, or 30, 40, 50, it doesn't really matter. But what we've done, this right here is our 3 foot mark, right there, and I drew on this 2x4 a line right here, and then 5 foot away I drew a line. So we're going to put that one right there on the mark. And when we line these two up, this corner will be square. And we'll do the same thing down here on this one. Drill the next 2 post holes, and that should be the same dimension all the way around. Then we'll measure diagonally across the floor to make sure it's right. We get to that point, I'll show you. Okay. Before I forget to pick the camera up again, we've got all 4 posts in. We've measured diagonally from post to post. We're within 1/8 of an inch, which is probably about as good as you're going to get on lumber. Because if you ever pick the board up, you've seen the crown and the bow and everything else in it, you're not dealing with something perfectly straight. But we've decided 20 inches below my bottom level board is going to be the floor level, and I want 7 foot of headroom underneath this piece here to get the tank and have plenty of room in there. So I've measured up, leveled off, and there's where the floor is going to be for all the pump and everything else above it. This will be tank down below here. And so right now we're attaching the band boards all the way around. Get them screwed in, get them level, get them right. And then we'll put up what material I have today. I don't have it all, but I mean, I've got enough that I can get a few joists in, and we're going to go ahead and put the boards around that's going to make the supports for the outside. And I'll get on to that point and I'll catch up with you and show you what's going on. Well, it's the end of the day, and we were able to get all the 4x4s in the ground all the way around. And this is the outside board. You'll see tomorrow we'll start putting some outside boards on after I go to the lumber yard and make another deposit. Be able to get one of these Mr. Lowe's or somebody put his grandchildren or something through school. But every one of these will get a board like this. Then there'll be another one out here. Make almost like a I-beam out of it, an H-beam. And that's because right in here, all the way up to here, up on the front, be all the way up to the top, will be the dirt level outside. And all that'll be pushing into the wall. The tank inside here will sit completely independent of the wall, so it's not going to be holding anything. So we got to make sure we get everything done. Tomorrow we got a bunch of digging to get a board down around the bottom. Get that taken care of. We'll try to get the bottom end of it here wrapped up and start putting, we got vertical 2x6s to go all the way around this thing. So it's going to be about 60 of them to go around this thing or something like that. And of course up here, this is the floor. Let me walk over here, I'll show you a better picture. Well, if the sun ain't glaring on it, the sun's getting low. But this right here will be the floor up in the pump house. And of course, this will be the uprights for the wall. If we get up about 7 foot in the front or in the back and 8 foot in the front, we'll be more than high enough, if that high. It's just going to be a little bit of storage up there. But really for all the pumps and everything where we can keep everything warm and keep it from freezing. Well, that's going to wrap up this day's work. We're going to call it quits, and like I said, head to the store tomorrow and buy another load of wood. If you like it, share it, subscribe it. But this is what we do here at Carolina Homestead Planner. We go off the wall and build all kind of stuff. And like I said, we're going to take you along for this pump house build, putting a 1,500 gallon tank down here in the bottom of it. And we're going to go ahead and hook all these water lines up. Try to have him up and going here by October. He wants to be renting spaces out, so that's what we're going to try to get done. But stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to come in for the next part of the build on the pump house, and I'll show you how all that'll end up looking. And hopefully 3 sides of this will be closed in. We kind of got to get the tank in this end here before we close it up. But like I said, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Thank you for watching.